Hello, Moon Babies. It's your Mama Witch, Angela Mary. How are you doing? It is so good to see you. Today we are creating something very special and lots to cover, so we'll get right down into it because this is a pause within a pause. And this is a more focused circle within our circle that we're calling AMM. For Artists Magic Method. I'm so excited to create this space with you all. It can be anything that we divine and dream it to be. We will begin like we always begin by striking a match and lighting a candle for the collective. This alerts our spirit guides that we're here, we're open, we're listening, and we're ready to receive the messages that are meant for us. And I always light a very special second candle for all of you that are subscribers to my channel. It's so beautiful to have you here. I'm moved and I'm touched with your belief in my magic, and you know that I'm helping you carry yours. So thank you so much. If you would like to receive a special candle service with every video that I make, please hit that subscribe button and then tap that bell for notifications. You know what I say, we sound the bell which activates our spell, and you can see everything that I get up to over here on my channel. It's really an exciting time. We're a growing worldwide coven, and it's divine to have you here. We will begin with consecrating our session, utilizing my act of magic and creativity, my atmosphere mist. There's 3 different formulas, and the first one is for protection. This is resist mist, and there's a black lava bead within to remind us of the freshest earth on earth. We create a gossamer halo of mist overhead and breathe deeply in through our nose. Let's release through our open lips and say ma. Lovely. Next is Moon Magic for manifestation. There's a quartz crystal bead within. This is Moon Magic. Then this is Moon Magic. Moon Magic is for our dark moon manifestations. We create that gossamer halo overhead. Release through your open sweet lips, say ma. This is Aura. And this is for invoking spirit guides and earthly lovers. And Aura's got a tiger eye bead within. Shake well and sound the bell which activates our spell. Create that gossamer halo overhead. Breathe deeply in, lower your shoulders, enter your body and say ma. Our final blessing is with the fabulous potion called 10 of Cups by the divine Karina Rosella, who's Rise Up Good Witch on Instagram and their website. I absolutely adore this potion. It's for creating circles, particularly queer circles, and this serves community. I take this potion into my body as I collect and gather us all in a field upon this channel. I see us in this gorgeous, glorious, grassy field with our shoes off, relaxing together and creating. I love this formula. It's got rhododendron and so many magic plants and flowers. I just love it so much. Thank you, Karina. Karina is such a beautiful soul. They do so much work in the community for social justice, for dismantling the white supremacist patriarchy, for restoring justice on earth. I would like you to know that I believe that we have lived harmoniously in ancient times, and we can return to those places. I know this because when I take this potion into my body, I feel peace and calm through my form, which makes me know that I'm entering a remembering of how we once lived, and I know we can live that way once again. I observe the plants and the flowers living in their cycles of harmony, and I see this co-created wild web of life, which is affected by all of our energies. So today, when we look into this circle within a circle, this pause within a pause, we have the opportunity to work and collaborate together. And I just am so thrilled to create this space, this AMM space, this Artist Magic Method space. We are beginning with the fabulous works of Julia Cameron in a 12-week process called the Artist's Way. I have created this 12-week process in innumerable circles from the 90s, and let's get down to it. There's so much to cover with this. I believe we're creating a bit of a beautiful structure that spins off lovely and so right with the Many Moons Lunar Planner 2020, as there's spaces each and every day to create our daily works of magic. I have been working this workbook, and I happen to be in this workbook creating the spell work for our Halloween full moon. There's 13 different contributors to this workbook, and we are on this channel creating their full moon enactments on every full moon in a live stream. So you're welcome to come to that. I'll link the last one in this video. It was amazing, from the fabulous Glow Maven, Latham Thomas, who created a beautiful full moon soil soulful ritual for our Scorpio full moon. It was incredible and totally changed my life. I absolutely love it. So please feel free to hook into the magic of that. We created it barefoot in my garden, and it's all up and ready for you, linked right here in the description of this video. So there are smaller boxes that you see to create your daily journaling. And for many, many years, I've done something that I learned from Julia Cameron in the Artist Way called Morning Pages. The Artist Way is created as a 12-week artist recovery program. And I love it so much. I've utilized the morning pages continuously, and sometimes I utilize them more ritualistically. Now is the time to fire that back up. You are so welcome to join me. This enactment is very detailed, and it's also soft and loose. It's kind of like Bones and Blood are the morning pages and artist dates. The morning pages are something that we produce and work out of ourselves. They come from within and we push them out. Where the artist dates are something that we seek out and pull into our body for inspiration. There's so much to cover in this book. I'll do lots in the description of this video for you to look at the bones of it. So I believe what I'll end up doing is a once a week video for you to consume when you can, and perhaps create a live stream for us to actually get a little bit more detailed with the works that we're creating, and we can chat with one another. Very happy to create a Zoom call for us to share our artworks with one another. For I really believe that we are all artists, and we've yet to walk into that work of how we're creating works of art, because we are acts of creation, because we're created, because there's creation happening constantly. Life is creative. And in that, we are all co-creators of the magic and the art which is life. I will cover many of the things that are sort of introduced before you even get into week one in this video. And then we'll go into it on the new moon in May, which is perfect because new moons are for creating new enactments. New moons are for whipping up new magic. And new moons are for manifesting our new ideas and weaving them into our everyday life. So this video is about that introduction of creating the morning pages in our day-to-day life, signing an artist's contract within ourselves, and covering what Julia Cameron calls the rules of the road for the artist's way. I absolutely believe in this work so much. Behind the scenes, precious Edgar Fabian Phidias and I were chatting about how much this work has changed our life and created portals for information to flow to us and from us into the world. I love this work so much, and I need you to know it's been the backbone of my magical works. It's been the backbone of my witchcraft forever. I love this so much. I've created this with many covens again and again in my life, always in my home. I was that single girl that loved to live alone. I spent absolutely every single penny that I had creating a life where I could live alone because I just loved having people over, having parties, cranking music on records. I have a big record collection that I've always been into, and basically just weaving as much magic into my life as I possibly could. And covens and more covens always gathered on Sundays at my house. So on Sundays, if that goes with the flow of this community, please let me know in comments what your interest level is. I'll probably throw a poll up on my community tab to see how many folks are interested. On Instagram, I've had so many folks reaching out to me in comments of my pick a card that I just created, and inside my pick a card video, which I created, which I'll link to this video too, so you can enjoy that as well, where we just introduced the idea of creating our AMM, our Artist Magic Method, over here on my channel. And I know creating this healthful circle in my home, once again, is the right way to do this work. All are welcome. I believe that folks should have the freedom to express themselves in an uncensored way, which is covered in Julia Cameron's book in a really beautiful way. So let's dig in. We begin with the basic principles of the artist's way. I believe that you do not need to have this book to participate in this circle. I will create the bones of the framework on these videos and in our live stream. And if you would like to join us for the Zooms, I can create that too. You know, bring this to life in comments. Share this. Let me know that you're with me all the way, and I'll be able to do this if we get enough views and shares and comments. Julia Cameron is so amazing. They have an incredible story on their own, which gets covered in the book. The basic principles of the artist's way are 10 steps. And number 1, Julia Cameron says, creativity is the natural order of life. Life is energy, pure creative energy. Number 2, there's an underlying, indwelling creative force infusing all of life, including ourselves. Number 3, when we open ourselves to our creativity, we open ourselves to the Creator's creativity within us and ourselves. Number 4, we are ourselves creations, and we in turn are meant to continue creativity by being creative ourselves. Number 5, creativity is God's gift to us. Using our creativity as our gift back to Godix. Number 6, the refusal to be creative is self-will and is counter to our true nature. Number 7, when we open ourselves to exploring our creativity, we open ourselves to Godix, good, orderly direction. Number 8, as we open our creative channel to the Creator, many gentle and powerful changes are to be expected. Number 9, it is safe to open ourselves up to the greater creativity. Number 10, our creative dreams and yearnings come from a divine source, and we move towards our dreams. We move towards our divinity. I love that. It's so beautiful. There's another thing that I really want to earmark within this, and it's some things to perhaps stop as you move into week 1 with me on the new moon. Stop telling yourself it's too late. Stop waiting until you make enough money to do something you'd really love. Stop telling yourself, it's just my ego, whenever you yearn for a more creative life. Stop telling yourself that dreams don't matter, that they're only dreams, and that you should be more sensible. Stop fearing that your family and friends would think you crazy. Stop telling yourself that creativity is a luxury and that you should be grateful for what you've got. I really love that that is put forward. And I would love to hear if anybody has any thoughts on that, as all of our mental health is so much more sort of in the mainstream focus now. When Julia Cameron said, stop fearing that your family and friends would think you crazy, I took that literal. We worry when we are in a creative mode, that when we are knowing that it's spirit messages to us that we create, that we are artists inborn, that our creativity and our acts of art and creation are life-saving methods for living, and will sort of infuse our life with mental wellness and health. I sort of like that they talk about how being crazy is so vilified, that creativity and craziness have been sort of glommed together in this white supremacist patriarchy that just so happens to have that heaviness, as the pendulum is swung so fully out of balance that way. I believe those systems are crumbling now, and our acts of art and creativity will be their final moment, and finally bring that tower down completely. I think that this is the most incredible, radical act of sovereignty, and it's so important. So let's continue on. The morning pages are the backbone of the work that we produce each and every day in this space. I believe in them so fully. I started the video with you seeing me strike that wooden match, light a candle, and dig right into the pages. Julia Cameron believes that the morning pages are to be done stream of consciousness and in longhand on paper. There's something very powerful for that. I believe that the sound that the whooshing of your pencil or pen makes on the page is very calming. I think it's its own sort of trigger of healthfulness that tells you you're important. It's time to scribble and color. The most amazing sort of acts of automatic writing have happened in my morning pages. Just this morning, an incredible incantation burst from me that I know was my higher self and spirit guides shining through. I'm so lucky, and I'm so honored that the Commons Web, whom I love so much, and I'll link them in this video, have asked me to be part of their Witches Cabaret, which is coming up at the end of May. I am so thrilled to create a video and to be part of their live stream that they're doing for healthfulness of their beautiful web. And it's a dream come true. The incantation for the piece that I'm creating for the Commons Witches Cabaret burst forth in my morning pages today. And I'm so excited to create those works and share them with you as I go. They are 3 pages, written in longhand with absolutely no judgment. Get it on the page. I'll be honest with you, the first time that I created my morning pages, I truly did write an entire 3 pages of the F word over and over and over again. I was so convinced that I couldn't do it, that I just had to just say one of my favorite words in the whole wide world, fuck, 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 just to get through those pages. And by the end of the third page, suddenly it just started that I was laughing. I believe in the magic of pleasure and laughter so much that my spirit guides showed up in the way that I was able to laugh at the word, how funny it was to have a single syllable that's so taboo in many cultures, that was here just as like a punchline to the hilarity that I couldn't produce anything else but that word for 3 pages. So see what happens. I absolutely love that we are doing this together. Share in comments how your morning pages are going before we start that real intentional week 1. The other thing that is the sort of blood that we take in that pumps through the heart of the artist's way, and this AMM circle within a circle, our ARTIST MAGICK method, is our artist dates, which I find so fascinating that we're starting right now, as most of us have the privilege and the choice that we've made to shelter in place and to isolate and pause inside of our culture due to the coronavirus, that we're taking ourselves to this really sort of small circle within just ourselves or just our household, to pause right now, to work on our immune system and to protect the elders in our culture and those of us that are saving lives with creating foods for others, with creating works for others in hospitals and medical services. We do that and isolate. It's complex because it's challenging to isolate. And so inside of that, let's see how we create space to go on our artist dates. Oh, let's talk about our artist dates. Julia Cameron describes those as a basic tool of the artist's way, which may kind of strike those as a non-tool or a diversion. You may see clearly how morning pages could work, yet find yourself highly dubious about something called an artist date. I assure you, artist dates work too. Oh, I am living that truth. Think of this combination of tools in terms of a radio receiver and a transmitter in a two-way, two-directional process, out and in. Doing your morning pages, you're sending, notifying yourself and the universe of your dreams, dissatisfactions, hopes. Doing your artist date, you are receiving, opening yourself to insight, inspiration, and guidance. We'll cover this more in week 1 when we get into the new moon enactment coming up here in May. Another really important thing that we will create on that first date, and I hope to do that live stream, is signing our contract. There's an actual contract in this book, which is beautiful, and I'll read it to you now. And I'll read it in this first person. I, Angela Mary, understand that I'm undertaking an intensive, guided encounter with my own creativity. I commit myself to the 12-week duration of the course. I, Angela Mary, commit to weekly reading, daily morning pages, a weekly artist date, fulfillment of each week's tasks. And they're all so fun. You're going to love this. I, Angela Mary, further understand that this course will raise issues and emotions for me to deal with. I, Angela Mary, commit myself to excellent self-care, adequate sleep, diet, exercise, and pampering for the duration of the course. And then I sign it and I date it. And I know me, I will create it on a completely separate page that will be inside my morning pages. I will prick my finger and put a little drop of my actual blood on this page because I just absolutely love a blood contract. And I gotta be me. Come on, I'm a witch. Week 1 is all about recovering a sense of safety. So my loves, grab your Many Moons Lunar Planner and grab your, I'm going to stand up and grab mine. Bear with me, cute hearts. It's very warm here in California, and I'm in a pair of shorts right now. And I'll show you how I create my morning pages in a really simple 99-cent composition book. $1.10, I lied. I thought it was 99 cents. It was $1.10. My morning pages have margins where things come out. Today it says, exponentially rewarded. I love that. I like to date the top of my pages. I find it incredibly magical to just date it and move on. Julia Cameron says to not look back at your pages. And during this 12 weeks, I would encourage you not to look back on your pages until you really get the hang of this. I believe that this is my year to be completely wild and free and kind of lawless and hyper real. I love looking back on my pages. Incantations flow through this, and some of my best spell work comes through morning pages. The things that I'm working on now is a video for the Commons Web, which will be part of their Witches Cabaret, which I hope all of you join on March 29th. I'm going to double check that date real quick. I've created the storyboard for my video that I'm working on for the Commons Web Witches Cabaret, which is casting into the unknown is their fabulous theme for the year. It is on Friday, May 29th. I hope all of you can attend. I absolutely adore the Witches of the Commons. Their beautiful coven. I am just so tenderly honored to be asked to create this video. Another outline is shining through because I'm creating magical works for the next virtual witch walk, which is coming up in June on the 20th. And I'm so honored to do that. I'm really excited that Edgar's creating works for the virtual witch walk for May 16th. So everybody head over to Witch Walk, and I'll link that in this video as well. Let's see what else is flowing through my morning pages. A really big exercise in looking deeply into my phrases for the phases of 2020, which are hyper real and wild and free. That was today. And this incantation, which I'll flash you real quick, it's so baby brand new. I'm not ready to take my baby out into the world yet. I'm pretty damn sure that this is the one for the Commons Web, and it's just so fabulous. Please enjoy these moments of discovery. Please enjoy these moments of artist recovery. And please enjoy these moments of incredible plumbing of your depths as we create this portal, as we create this magic together. I am so happy to be the body for these works to flow through to you. And please remember, honeys, that magic is your birthright and everything's a spell. This is our Artist's Magic Method spell and my spell. Thank you so much, honeys. Take care. I'll see you very soon.